Education is the most powerful weapon one can use to change the world. In Zambia, the primary education system operates as a kind of hybrid. On one hand, there are fully government-sponsored schools with salaried teachers, relatively better infrastructure, and regular contact with education officials and evaluators. On the other hand, there are community schools which are started by communities to cater for children who are not able to access education in public schools. Zambia's community school movement started in the 1980s as a response to scarcity of schools and high fees, which placed primary education in government schools beyond reach of many vulnerable children. Today, community schools represent an estimated 30% of all primary schools in Zambia.
We have about 3,000 community schools in Zambia, looking after more than 600,000 orphans and vulnerable children, and under the supervision of 8,000 volunteer teachers.
These schools play a vital role in improving and providing education opportunities for both rural and urban communities which are not served by either government or private schools. As education authorities look at ways on how to improve early grade levels, particularly in literacy and numeracy, they have been seeking ways to bring community schools in the fold. It's with this core that ECSITE embarked on a 3-year program aimed at improving the standard of education in community schools by providing them with school materials, amongst other things.
The funding for this project has come from the Belgian Development Cooperation as well as the European Union. But the bulk of the funding has come from the European Union. And the organizations that have been implementing it have been Zambia Open Community Schools, together with VVOB, but also the Ministry of Education themselves. They have been an associate, and so basically a partner in the project from inception.
The project aims at raising the standards of teaching in community schools by improving quality of teachers and access to teaching and learning materials. The project is being implemented in Central and Copperbelt provinces, respectively.
We are blessed to have ECSITE, which aimed at improving the education standards in community schools.
They provided books for POP, grade 1, term 1 to 3, then grade 2, term 1 and 2, and teacher's guides, the trunk, and some other materials.
In its implementation period, ECSITE did line up a number of activities that included the active teaching and learning programs that aimed at improving skills in learning centers. It is gratifying to note that the organization did not only provide school with learning material, but it went further by supporting teachers to attain the required entry qualification into college. This is a good way to go in the sense that a well-trained teacher will surely deliver quality education as per required standards.
ECSITE program came at the right time that we needed it most as we had as community school, because most of our teachers, even myself, we were not trained. We didn't receive formal trainings. We were lacking 5 O-levels, which is a must requirement for one to go into a government institution to be trained as a qualified teacher. Now, ECSITE came, they adopted, in fact, 3 of us from this school who went to go and do the GCE, which 3 of us did, and I'm up here to mention that 3 of us qualified.
It is with no doubt that behind all these efforts lies a success story.
Right now, when you go into these community schools, a lot of skills by teachers have improved. Teachers are using interactive teaching methodologies in the classroom.
I'm now a teacher who is able to deliver according to the training that we are being given.
ECSITE and its partners believe that vulnerable children in community schools need improved education standards and it is for this reason that over 80,000 boys and girls directly benefited from these efforts. Parents were quick to mention that even as the project is coming to its close, they will continue supporting the teacher in whichever way they can. It is with no doubt that the skills impacted in these parents will carry on even after the exit of the project.
Well, the challenges working with community schools are enormous. For one, the lack of funding to these schools. These schools are entirely run by the communities themselves. That's why they're called community schools. But also we have the big issue that they're manned mainly by untrained teachers. And these teachers come with different levels of competencies. So a big challenge has been, how do you support such a big number of teachers which are at a different level actually? How do you actually design programs that are tailor-made and that are able to suit each and every teacher? That has been a very, very big challenge.
It is said that education is not only a human right, but an essential tool for an individual to break the poverty cycle and build human capital. It is with no doubt that what ECSITE has done in these schools will surely further improve learning standards as well as raising teacher standards.